Good evening. Welcome back, everyone. Today is May 24th, 2026, and we are tracking massive breaking updates in the medical world. If you or anyone you know is using blockbuster weight loss medications like Wegovy, you need to pay close attention to a terrifying new risk being reported right now. But first, we hit the ground running with an infectious disease alert out of Asia. Social media has been flooded with reports of a mystery cold-like illness sweeping through Japan's Fukuoka prefecture. The Fukuoka Prefectural Medical Association has just held a press conference warning that this highly contagious pathogen triggers severe sore throats, runaway mucus production, and violent coughing fits. While public panic is rising online, the CDC has stepped in to downplay fears of a completely novel supervirus, stating it is likely a resurgence or mutation of an existing viral strain. Japanese health authorities are rushing to isolate the exact pathogen, promising a definitive profile by this summer. We'll keep you updated as that unfolds. Segment 1: Blockbuster weight loss drugs and the eye stroke risk. Our top story today targets the absolute giants of the pharmaceutical world, GLP-1 weight loss medications. A major new side effect analysis published this weekend has sent shockwaves through the medical community, linking the viral weight loss drug Wegovy to a rare but catastrophic condition known colloquially as an eye stroke. Formerly known as non-arteritic anterior ischemic optic neuropathy, NION, this condition causes sudden, painless, and often irreversible blindness in one eye due to blocked blood flow to the optic nerve. Researchers analyzing millions of FDA side effect reports noted that Wegovy carries a significantly elevated statistical risk for this specific ocular emergency compared to other medications. However, it's not all bad news for GLP-1s. In a bizarre medical paradox, a massive international review released simultaneously shows that these same drugs, including Ozempic, massively slash the long-term risk of heart attacks, strokes, and heart failure. Furthermore, scientists have just discovered that GLP-1 receptors are actively present inside the joints of arthritis patients. This suggests these blockbuster shots are actively dampening deep joint inflammation, paving the way for them to double as powerful anti-arthritis therapies. It's a classic case of balancing monumental benefits against a newly uncovered, sight-threatening risk. Segment 2: Global Emergencies, Ebola without ammo and cruise ship antivirus. Turning to global health security, the World Health Organization, WHO, and the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention are fighting a brutal, uphill battle against an accelerating Ebola outbreak in Central Africa. The death toll has rapidly spiked past 131 people across the Democratic Republic of the Congo and neighboring Uganda. Here is why public health officials are absolutely terrified. This particular epidemic is being driven by the incredibly rare Bundibugyo strain of the virus. The Director General of the Africa CDC, Jean Kasia, issued a stark warning today stating they are fighting this war completely without ammunition. Why? Because there is currently no approved vaccine and no specific antibody treatment that works against the Bundibugyo strain. Hopes that existing Ebola vaccines might provide cross-protection have completely evaporated. Right now, containment relies purely on basic public health protocols, isolation, and community behavioral changes. Meanwhile, the WHO is also monitoring a deadly Andes hantavirus cluster linked directly to international cruise ship travel. Out of 8 laboratory-confirmed cases, 3 deaths have already been recorded, meaning a devastating case-fatality ratio of 38%. Because Andes virus can spread via person-to-person transmission, global contact tracing is in overdrive to prevent a wider outbreak from jumping ports. Segment 3: Nutritional Science and Chronic Pain Breakthroughs. Visual, fast-paced, punchy text lists. Split screens contrasting vitamin D2 versus D3, and a molecular graphic of psilocybin. Host, spoken. Let's talk about your daily health routine because several massive clinical studies just turned established medical wisdom completely on its head. First up, your vitamin D supplements. Asterisk the vitamin D trap. Scientists are warning against popular vitamin D2 supplements. A surprising new study reveals that taking D2 actually reduces your body's levels of vitamin D3, which is the far more effective, bioavailable form your body actually needs. Stick to D3. Asterisk the beef plot twist. For years, people with prediabetes have been told to avoid red meat. However, a brand new clinical trial showed that adults eating 6 to 7 ounces of beef daily for a month showed zero worsening in blood sugar control or insulin resistance. Asterisk the B12 brain danger. UC San Francisco researchers warned that current official guidelines for vitamin B12 are dangerously low. Older adults with B12 levels considered normal but on the lower end are still showing accelerated brain aging and cognitive decline. Asterisk magic mushrooms versus nerve pain. In chronic pain management, researchers at the University of Reading discovered that a single dose of psilocybin, the active compound in magic mushrooms, can significantly alleviate agonizing nerve pain for up to a full month. Not only that, it drastically boosts the efficacy of standard painkillers like gabapentin, reducing the need for high drug dosages. Disclaimer: compiled information. This content is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. The audience/viewers must verify the contents before use. The creator, publisher, and YouTube will not be responsible for any harm.